This is an RPG Maker VXAce project I've been working on called Idle Space. And this is heavily inspired by games like Territory Idle or NGU Idle or that sort of thing. The purpose of the game is you are in a spaceship and you want the spaceship to be operational and flying as much as possible. The longer you spend flying, the more of the galaxy you're able to explore, and so on and so forth. As of right now, I don't plan on using the combat system at all. There's no need for traditional RPG Maker combat. I made a system to keep track of time, and I made some variables to determine whether or not the ship is running. Quick example. Okay, so this is the first officer, Bree. Good morning, Captain. Shall I start the ship? She can't start it because the ship's not ready to fly. Okay, so we go up here. Repair the ship? Yes. Now you can see there's a heads-up display that I made in the lower left that will show you how long it takes to repair the ship. Okay. And she can run this again. And now the ship's actually flying. So the parallax background speeds up just a wee bit. And if we go here, it is keeping track of the time that the ship is actually moving forward. That'll allow me to make it so like every some odd minutes, every some odd seconds, a random event has a random chance to occur, that sort of thing. This is like a test laptop that you can just see where the time is, because right now I don't have anything in the heads-up display. Also, the advancement of the ship is a variable, so you could say later in the game, build better engines, and thus, while the ship is moving, then you'll be able to travel further. Things can break the ship and whatnot. This is where we're at now. I mean, this is a pretty rudimentary tech demo. I like the heads-up display. This is what I spent the most time working on today. Just this little bar that shows how operational the engines are. And if I were to set something, let's see. Will ship fly? No. Oh, it didn't update. Oh dear. It's supposed to oh, you know what? I bet I know why. Let's drop down to variables. Yeah, there we go. There's the repair price. This is the status of the ship. If it's below 100, then it can't fly. Alright. So now it's at 61. So you can see it drop down there. And then it'll start repairing. Ready to fly. Yay. So because it's done with common events and a lot of variables, I can make all sorts of things affect the ship's repair status, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's talk about the ship itself just a little bit. Let's blow this up bigger. Can I blow it up bigger? I guess I cannot. Today I've been working on variable ship layout, which is a neat idea. These rooms here are all empty for the most part, but I came up with different rooms you might see on like a sci-fi TV show like a Star Trek or something like that. And the idea is the teleports here that take you to the next room are going to be variable. When you get items and are allowed to build the next room, you'll be able to choose what room you want to be there. So this will not take you to, I don't know, say living quarters or escape pods. This exit will take you to room number 1. And then room number 1 will be set to whatever you want it to be. Which I think is a neat idea. That way you can build the ship differently. And the units that you find to actually be able to build the rooms can be set by random chance and variables, so you won't be able to build the ship in the same way every time you play. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at common events. So I have an exploration timer which keeps track of only the ship while it's flying. I fooled around with the idea of running a global timer in parallel to that, which I might still do, but this is not functioning. You'll notice the global timer and the exploration timer both affect the same variables, which is a problem. So meaning if the exploration timer and the global timer were both running at the same time, that means the standard seconds would count up 2 seconds per second, and it would just the same timer would move twice as fast. Just I gotta go make some new variables, and it's not difficult to fix. It just takes some time. Stop the ship. You can queue anything to start the ship, but it's going to check to make sure the actual ship is ready to fly. And if the ship is broken for any reason, then it shows a failure. And this queues to stop the ship. What else do we have? This is my work for today was making it so that we could have a heads-up display, which is just a simple progress bar. The problem with this is RPG Maker VX Ace only allows me to show one picture on the screen at a time. So I drew a little progress bar. Let's see if it'll actually let me show it. Yeah, here we go. I just drew these bars, and this is great. This will show the status of the ship, but I can only do that one bar. That's it. I tried to put a second bar over here, and to keep track of another variable, and it didn't work. So the only way for me to have multiple bars is to draw, let's bring it up again, to draw one single picture like this, and instead of just having one picture, it is a complete image of the heads-up display, all the bars that appear. And there's just going to have to be a copy of that image for every combination of values. So right now there's 5 possible values. You've got four settings and then an empty setting. And so if I had another bar that had 5 possible values and worked the same way, then that means there would have to be 25 copies of that image. So 25 copies of the image is not too bad, but it would very, very quickly become too much to keep track of. So I have to find a different way to make it so that the player can track their stats. I might just put like 1, maybe 2 bars, and then hire an artist to draw some images of like a control panel, and then when you go to the control panel and look at it, then it will show you another like variable heads-up display or something like that. I don't know. I'm working with it, but this is idle space for right now. Yeah, I guess that's about it.